What's going on, folks? I am the one and only Dom of X. Today we're going to be talking about all of the delays that you might have missed in the last week. Happy March. Let's get into it. The first of which is a delay for Absolute Batman number 6, which is now coming out on the 19th of March instead of the 12th of March. So for those who are wondering, this is the last part to the first arc of Scott Snyder and Nick Dragauta's Absolute Batman. Power Man Timeless number 4. This is now coming out on the 18th of June instead of the 21st of May. In the same vein, Predator Black, White, and Blood instead of the 21st of May. This is now coming out on the 2nd of July. That's a very nice Simone de Mayo cover, if I do say so myself. Again, issue number 1 of the brand new Black, White, and Blood for Predator. Adventure Man Family Tree number 2. This is a 3-issue series by Matt Fraction and Terry Dodson. So if you're a fan of the Adventure Man series, this is a continuation of it. Number 2 is now coming out on the 7th of May instead of the 30th of April. And then for issue number 3, we do have it coming out now on the 4th of June instead of the 28th of May. Next up, we got Power Fantasy number 9 by Kieran Gillen, now coming out on the 28th of May instead of the 14th of May. Napalm Lullaby number 10, we're going to get into the Image stuff now. This is, of course, the Giant Generator book. This is a 2-month delay for issue number 10 of Bengal and Rick Remender's series. It's now coming out on the 18th of June instead of the 9th of April. If you're a big fan of the Ice Cream Man series, issue number 44 will have to wait a bit as number 44 is now being pushed to the 14th of May instead of the 2nd of April. Void Rivals number 8, now coming out on the 30th of April instead of the 26th of March. So for all the De Felici and the Rob Kirkman fans, a month of a delay for you. Grommets number 7, another delay, and I'll get to a collected edition that got delayed because of this. Now coming out on the 30th of April instead of the 9th of April. What's the Furthest Place from Here by Tyler Boss and Matt Rosenberg, now coming out on the 7th of May instead of the 2nd of April. And last but not least, DC Horror presents Creature Commandos number 6, coming out now on the 9th of April instead of the 2nd of April. Let's get into the collected edition delays. There are a couple of big ones, a couple of small ones, a couple ones in between. So these are release date pushbacks. Spawn Violator trade paperback now coming out on the 2nd of April instead of the 26th of March. Star Wars: The Legacy of Vader Volume 1 now coming out on the 7th of October instead of the 30th of September, brand new series. Hey, here's some good news for trade paperback as we get to the Image section. Ultra Mega by James Herron, Volume 2 trade paperback, now coming out on the 4th of June instead of the 25th of June. Next up, we got the Grommets trade paperback. Like I aforementioned, the finale to the series got pushed back, so we are going to be getting a pushback as well on Grommets trade paperback, coming out now on the 25th of June instead of the 4th of June. Proof Compendium also got pushed back to the 14th of May instead of the 30th of April for the original release date. In that same vein, Fish Flies by Jeff Lemire is being pushed to next week instead of this week. So instead of the 5th of March, it's now coming out on the 12th of March. Next up, we got Dark Room Volume 2. We've seen a delay for this book already in big droves, now coming out on the 6th of August instead of the 16th of July. Jack Kirby's Forever People, Artist Edition, now coming out on the 19th of August instead of the 8th of July. And some good news on this front. The Ghost Rider Danny Ketch Omnibus is being pushed forward. So instead of the 14th of October, we are now going to be seeing this pushed forward to the 30th of September. Next up, we got the Superman box set collecting All-Star Superman, Kingdom Come, For All Seasons, Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, Superman Up in the Sky, and Supercore. This is now coming out on the 19th of August instead of the 24th of June. And some DC Omnibus delays, the first of which is Suicide Squad, the New 52 Omni. You want to see Harley Quinn going first up with Adam Glass on the Suicide Squad? This is the book for you. Coming out now on the 6th of May instead of the 29th of April. Injustice 2 by Redondo and Taylor, coming out now on the 27th of May instead of the 20th of May. And last but not least, DCeased, coming out now on the 1st of July instead of the 17th of June. Again, the DCeased Omnibus by Trevor Hairsine and Tom Taylor. All right, a couple of updates on price counts and pages. Well, one of them anyways. Aquaman Volume 1 by Jeremy Adams got ticked up to $19.99 instead of $17.99 at 176 pages instead of 152 pages. They underestimated the first issue being oversized, so that is what they are accounting for. No changes on the collection whatsoever. This is now coming out on, it's still coming out on the 14th of October. Next up, we got Savage Sword of Conan, Volume 3, magazine size, now $24.99 instead of $19.99. Unfortunately, that is going to be a lot of the cases for some of these collected editions. But, in good news, Berserker Book 1 is $39.99 instead of $49.99. So, at least there's some good news there for people who are wondering about Berserker and want to read it in full in the nice, thicker, collected edition format. And last but certainly not least is Batman and Robin Year 1 standard size hardcover or trade paperback, whichever you might deem to find more accessible. Same day release. This is the Chris Samnee and Mark Waid team up to tell the tale of the first year of the dynamic duo together, facing off some threats that may be foreseen. This is, of course, Dick Grayson and Bruce Wayne figuring out how to be a good duo in the field and off of the field as well. This is absolutely spectacular in terms of artwork. This might be Chris Samnee's best. I mean, if you have read Daredevil, if you have read Black Widow, expect better because it is phenomenal. This is going to come out on the 2nd of December of this year. At $49.99, you can get the standard size hardcover. At $29.99, you can get the trade paperback. I'm personally going to be waiting for an absolute because Chris Samnee deserves it. I don't think I need to say anything else. And Matt Lopez on the colors is just absolutely spectacular and phenomenal. Of course, collecting the entirety of the 12-issue series.
If you haven't yet, check out our website, comicreleases.com, my and Webhead's love letter to comics, a hotspot where you can finally figure out what's coming out, when, from what place. Our unique upcoming website tracker in the Collected Editions tab makes sure that you're on top of every single collected edition coming out on the market with release date updates to the minute, from the tiniest graphic novels to the giant Generator Deluxe hardcovers as large as an absolute. Our unique spreadsheet not only gives out the most accurate information out there, but our format also filters ensure that you can find your books as quickly as possible. The tracker also gives out links to domestic and international retailers so that you can purchase your comic books at the snap of a finger. We are also proud to host monthly solicitations as per given by the publishers that generously send us information to give to you all. From the Ultimate Universe to the creator-loved Oceans and Universes, we specialize in giving you the most readable format of solicitations without any of the annoying advertisements. If you also donate to our Patreon at just $2 a month, which is less than a coffee at Starbucks, you will receive access to a special watch list dedicated to individually tracking items that are on your wish list, past or present. Place in your tracking number and make sure that these books also not only come in safe, you can even put in special comments on these as well. On top of that, your name will also show up at the end of every single Dom of X video creates as a huge thank you. That is comicreleases.com. For more information, check this out down in the description. If you also want to contact me or Webhead, check the contact forms down in the description or email me down in the description.
That's going to be it. Let me know in the comment section down below if you are going to pick any of these up. I know that it is going to be absolutely spectacular to see Batman and Robin Year 1. I just wish it was oversized, but I guess I can't get everything that I want to in the world. That's going to be it for me. I'm Dom of X. You be you. Take care. Dominate the day wherever you go.